So today we made a cute little journal with a little notebook, and it started as 2 folios, and we put 2 folios together. We have pockets that we put in today, all these pockets. Here is a junk little notebook that we're going to finish in the next video. I was going to do it today, but I think I'm going to stop here because there's already quite a bit of footage. And then we'll come back and we'll work on this. We used this junk paper in this, and we're going to cover it with stuff. And you got the pocket back here that we put in there. We were going to put this in here, but you know what? I think it might fit up here even better. So this folds around that. We could put some Velcro or a closure right there so that it stays there now. And then it just folds. We have a pocket here that we stuck on this side. And we have another little accordion style pocket right there that I'm not sure what we're going to do with. But you know what? This would fit there good too, or a bigger, fatter one or something. But I did do that one as an accordion. So it expands. I just like playing with those. And it may be too much. So then this just flips over. And we're going to put some kind of closure on this. I'm thinking we may do some of the stretchy string. Put a grommet right in here. And I'll have to put something there to reinforce the grommet and then just put this around that. Today I'm working on a little folio. And I thought I would bring you guys along and show you what I've got. It actually has 2 covers. This one's kind of plain, but I'm going to use it different today. Has a backing sheet, a lot of ephemera and pockets that I really love. This one turned out to be one of my favorites. So I'm going to show you how I use it and just play around for today. So it's kind of a create with me day. So let me cut these out and I will be back. So I've cut out everything. We've got pockets that I need to score. Pull them out. I don't know if I want to score all these right now because I think I have way more than what I need. We have ephemera, some journaling cards, belly bands. There's a little bit of everything in here. A little spool thread, some frames. We've got some little pages that we're going to make a little mini book out of to put in it. And I did go ahead and, what do you call that? Inked all these. So I'm going to set these right here. So first I do want to go ahead and just fold these little pockets while I'm talking. So what I'm really liking about these field notes and research archives is that you can add so much stuff to go with them. I mean, I've got kits that are mixed together that are botanical and woodland just because they all have the vintage journalistic. I've even got some trucks that I'm working on that are archival files. My transportation archive. So I have trucks, I have trains, I have some ferries that I'm working on, some correspondence, and a few that are similar to this with the field notes, but it's more of a ferry field notes idea. But I love pockets, so I've put a lot of pockets in here. And what I'm doing, so I'm talking, I'm not telling you, is right here. This where you can see the color line. I'm lining it up on this 6-inch mark. I put a full black line down it so I could mark up here. I could see down here so I can get good folds. And I did print all this on 90-pound paper. I'm really excited about this because it's supposed to be a 2-folio set, but I'm going to change it and make it into a flip folio or like a case or something. I don't know what you call it, but You'll see when we get there. And I may pull pieces from my other kits. I realize this one here is not upside down, it's sideways. But, let me see. So it would go this way. And it could be like a side flip. The way I'm going to do it, actually, I think I'm going to use that to make that side flip. And I'm going to leave it like it is because it's a nice big pocket. So I cut them all out. And now I'm just coming through scoring and I inked them. And I decided that I wanted some, like a little notebook to tuck in. This is going to go in my Chosen Pieces journal right here. So we're going to be working a little bit in here today too. Okay, so these are my front covers. These two here. You can see that one is more plain and one is more decorative. This is the backing sheet. Well, I saved it so I could glue this down and then cut it out because I want the front cover to be thicker. So let me move this real quick. So I want the glue over here on this one. Since it's more the size, I'm just going to use this one to put glue on. And I don't think I want to make this one double-sided like this. I think I just want the cover. That way there's not as much bulk in my page. So because I didn't cut off the edges, I'm kind of looking to see where my printed page is. And I forgot to put the liquid glue on. I just like liquid glue on that. Seems to hold better for me. If I can get it out. Try this other one. That's a little better. I mean, I don't need a whole lot on it. I just want it, especially around the edges, because the stick glue helps it get sturdier. And you can see it's trying to stick. And most times it does, but eventually it comes off. So that's why I like adding this extra glue around my edges. I'll put this under here to dry for a minute from that glue while we work on this other piece. Okay. So this, I'm going to make a flip. So right here you can see I just left, when I cut this, you should have cut right here, but I'm leaving that as a tab so that I can glue this on and it will flip on over. And then right here between these lines, I'm going to score that. I'm not scoring too well today, but let me see if I can get any better. Here we go. And then here. And I'm not cutting this part off yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. But it's better to have it on there than to not. And this is just going to fold up like this. You know, I actually thought I had printed on the other side of this one, but I guess not. Okay. So that means I don't necessarily have to, but I do want something to go on there. It's not stark white. And because I found this. And I have this, but for some reason, I'm kind of liking that white, but I like that too. Let's start with this. I got something right there that I don't want on my paper. What I'm going to do is glue this down. That way it covers up that white, because I totally forgot about the white. I thought I had printed all these on the other side, but I guess I didn't. Oh, I know why. Because the top one, I wasn't going to cover this one, and nothing else needed anything really, so I left it. That's okay. This helps me use some of my junk stuff. Let's see. Going down to the end because I'm still not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to put a little bit right there just to say I got something. May not use it, but I want to cover up my, well, you know, I could make it ugly looking. Just do this since I already got it in my hand. So I'm going to do with this for a moment is stick it under here too. We'll cut it out a little bit when it's dry. So next, I have these. Now, I don't think I showed them in the beginning, but they come as one sheet like this. So you get 4 pages for your journal, a mini journal. And I'm going to have some others of this. I'm going to make some mini journal kits. So you cut it out. But I did go ahead on the back of these and print double-sided, so I had both of them. And this one here, I didn't catch that it was kind of all the way across, but what I'm going to do is I'll put that in the middle. So like this will be my center page. I always like to have a good center page. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that brown paper in here too. And I want it this size. This is just Amazon packaging. Let's see if I can get this paper through. So I'm just using this to kind of measure my page size. I think I can get another one. You know, I don't think I'm not going to use this many, I don't think, but you never know. So for this size, and I didn't do borderless on these, that one sheet of packing paper is basically the same size. Might be just a little bit bigger in places, but so then I can leave these little edges right here. Okay, I want to come like this, so they're kind of not going to be a nice paper, is it? That's better. Okay. So now I'm just going to try and trim these down with my hands. I may not be able to. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and fold them. So they're a little bit shorter. I'm going to make it just a tiny bit bigger. I don't want them quite sticking out. And this is a good way to do folded a lot of little pages at one time, is just do accordion style. And you can have your page places. You know, I don't think I'm going to use that for this much, for what I've got. But you have to be careful because if you fold these, your paper will get longer on the outside for some reason. The pieces you're doing seem to spread. I don't know why. Okay. I can do a couple of things. I think what I'm going to do though is this, because it's not wanting to tear right that way. So I need two of these. I got 1 and 2, 3, 4 and a half. So I can start right here. I was going to cut them every 2 panels. Then I'll have one left over, 1 panel. So I don't know if this will let me do it this other way or not. Yeah, that's much better doing it this way. And it could have been that I just had too many going in one direction, but it's okay. I think it was more the grain of the paper that was causing that problem. Let's see, something that we do right on some of this. Let's see if this will do any better going with one. I might could have done it that way. That's okay, we learned something. So what I'm going to do is put my pages together. This is going to be my front page just because it's the front inside. And these are going to be too long, aren't they? Let me put some of these together. See, about 3.5 is what I'm looking at, so why don't I do it that way? So I'm putting my mark here, that's the half mark, and then I'm trimming it 3.5. I don't like the way this one's cut. It would have done better that way, but okay. So I think next time trimming, I'm going to trim a different way. I don't know. But I thought it was the grain of the paper, but now I'm thinking it might not have been the grain of the paper. It may have been that I had too many folded. Let's see. So yeah, you can pull other pages from the kits that I have. I have all kinds of Botanical, Woodland. They all seem to go together. I mean, I put them in my chosen pieces journal and mix them up. So, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this because I think I'm going to make another little notebook extra I may put in the shop. I don't know. Three and a half. So this is paper that I've been using when I craft. You can see the lines and the ink stains and all. And I actually like to cover my thing, but I didn't today. Goes over there. Okay. So this one over there for now. It's kind of dirty looking. So some of these are just too crooked for me to see how it's more bent where I folded them. I don't like that. So let's see. One of these. One of these. And really, field notes, that's all it is just little pieces of paper stuck in there to do like this. So it's just a tiny one. I can add some more leaves, but I think I'm going to put this one in mine. Let me see. And the reason I'm putting this one is it looks like it's got a little oily spot, and I don't want to. But the other ones, I will put, I'm going to make another little journal like this one and post it. I think it would be cute. Put it there for a few dollars. I don't know. Or I could actually do a couple of these if I staple them like this. So I have this funky little stapler I've had forever. Right here is where I put marks on. So if I wanted to do regular size paper, I would put this right to there to get my staple there. And then this one's just as far apart. That way I know where I'm putting everything. Let me see. These are a little bit shorter, but that's okay. So I'm going to actually use, can you see this right here? I'm going to use that on this little one. Get back in there. So now I've got a little mini journal that I can do my little notes and stuff. That's why that one didn't quite fold right, but I think it'd be okay for mine. All right, let's get our pieces back out and see what they're looking like. And I may sew around this. I'm going to figure out how I want it to be, and then I want to sew around it since I've got this extra paper. You don't have to. And normally I have been doing where I rip these edges, but I'm not going to do that today. So this one was scored, but I'm going to lightly score it again. So I usually score mine before I start, and then after I'm working with it like this. If I put glue on it, I try and score it after it's glued too. But I have been trying to let it sit longer and let the glue dry, because I'm finding that does seem to help, which I didn't let it dry a lot on here. You can see where it's kind of, well, it's not too bad for that. This one's good, feels good and dry. So see this here? You can see the different color through there. I'm just lining it up. And because this is 2 pieces of cardstock, I'm going to score it lightly a couple of times because the glue that's inside of it. It is actually still a little wet, but it looks like it's folding pretty good. Okay. So this is going to be the front. And right now, this is supposed to flip over like this. So you got a folio. What I'm thinking about doing is putting this like right here. And then this flip over even more. So I could put it on there, and then we just have a flip going this way. And it'll flip in. Let me see. Am I doing this right? Or am I going to have to do with 3? Yeah. So if I want to do it that way, where this comes across the top, I'll have to do it like this. So that can come in that way, and then this can come around, yeah, and fold back around. So then you still got the pretty edge there. And that's what I'm going to do, is glue this to this right here. And I'm going to do that 1/4 inch mark so that that will fit. Now get on the right straight thing. So this is really, I guess that's the up way. So that's why that one's going to go. I'm going to stick this right here. And I don't think I need this extra piece right off there. I think I'll be good without it. I'm just going to trim that little piece off. Glue it back. I'm going to put glue right there on that white part. I don't really want it over the white right now. Let's see. But I do want glue. Or do I? I'll put this on first. Oh no, I'm just wishy-washy today. So I was thinking about I could leave that right there and maybe just get sewed down a little bit and you got a little tuck. What do you think? And fold it like this. It just keeps going around. And around. And this comes over. And that could almost fit right there. Oh, you see what? I didn't fold it right there. So let me see now. This needs to be a little bit bigger. See if I can do that without making a mess. We're at that score line right there. Let me go over to about, I'm going to say right here. It's about 1/4 of an inch from where I'm at now. Yeah, that fits better. So then it closes like that. I like that. Open it this way, then this way. Okay, let me sew it real quick. So I got little pieces hanging everywhere. If you want to clip them, I'm going to clip some of these because they'll bug me. So I didn't have to sew this here, and make sure your stitches are very long because that perforates the paper. So this is how it's going to go now when it folds it up. And that is going to just go right in there, which I have to adjust that a little bit because it didn't want to go in. There we go. I'm liking this quite a bit. Okay, so now let's see what we can do with our pockets. We'll not use them all this time. So what I'm going to do is fold all these and use my bone folder. And this is just making the fold easier. I mean, you can do it with your fingers. I have a bad habit of making little envelopes like these. I just kind of folded them down, and these were my trials, so I can make that little tab a little bit longer. These turned out really good. They're little boxes that I'm going to put some journaling cards in. But yeah, I just used my fingernails and did that. I didn't even use a scoring board on those. So there is a free digital that you can go and get if you sign up for the email. Now, if you're already signed up, then you won't get that one. You'll get the one that goes out every month. I'm trying to send a free digital out for Quiet Wednesday. And this is the one that's up right now. The free one coordinates with this. So you'd have the full pages to make a full-size journal with those and this. And really, myself, the way I'm doing this, you know, I put in these pages and now I'm going them over so you can see that you can still just get one kit that's got all the pockets and stuff and still make a full journal just from junk around the house. I mean, I've really been trying to work on piling up my junk. I got a pile over there. That's where I got the packing paper, which is coming in handy to use with this. But looks like we're going to get rain. It's Sunday, June. Is it 7th or 8th? I'm not sure. So I did ink around most of these when I was working on them, but I'm going to run around them real quick. And I'm not doing a lot. I'm just getting that very edge. When I was sitting here at first, I was actually inking this here, and I'm like, you know, I don't need to ink that. Why am I doing all this extra work? But yeah, I really liked Quiet Wednesday this past week. It talked about what did it talk about? That, you know, God's there in his own time. And I had some black fabric, and I had done this a couple months ago. And I thought, no, that's just too dark for the channel. But then I got thinking, you know, sometimes these things that the world, our lives just look so dark, and like we're never going to get out of there. And there's dark spots here and dark spots there. But then God comes in and he brings these little things sometimes one at a time and adds it. And you still got those dark layers behind. But he starts putting these beautiful layers on top. Sometimes those layers aren't really bright. Sometimes they're just a little bit brighter than what they were to start with, all those black ones. But eventually, God makes everything pretty in his time, not in my time or your time. So I just want to encourage you, if you're having that kind of a time right now where you just feel kind of blah, think about that. So remember what I talked about this being the wrong way? And since this is going to fold out that way, I think I'm going to do it like this, like it's a, so if you turned it this way, you know, you could open it that way too. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. I'm just going to put a little glue. I just filled this one. I don't know where my tip is. It's already dried up. Yeah. See, I don't want that much on there. Try my other bottle. It may not. It may do a little better. Yeah. So I'm going to put this right here. Glue these down until I haven't figured out what I'm doing. So I'm sitting here thinking, what am I doing? Well, I'm already putting down. So we have this. We know we need a place for that. That fits perfectly. Let's see what else we got. We could make a stack of these right here and just have a whole page. I think I have one more. See what I want, the butterfly right there. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. So then I have a big long one. I could put over here. Or we're going to have this side to decorate too. Put that there. I do want to look at real quick some pages that are that size. Let me just grab this. Because I feel like we can... And I think this came from... This came from Hobby Lobby. I bought some candles or some glass the other day. And where did that ruler go again? There it is. Okay. So I want this a little bit shorter. I don't want quite as tall. Oh yeah. Perfect. I think I'm only going to need one. This might go in that center fold right there. So let's see. Well, I don't measure a lot. I guess you can tell. It's going to be this in here like this. So you could use lunch bags, trash bags. I guess it depends on if they're paper or not. And probably some regular bags. But no, from that, I got enough to do a little signature right there. Let's see. Wouldn't mind something heavier on the front, like the cover. So I'm kind of looking around where I'm at to see if I got any mail or stuff. Oh, this would work. Let's see. Yeah, those little scraps just work so nicely. So this is just an Amazon mailer. What I'm going to do is take it and I could almost do it this way. It's not quite long enough unless I shorten it, but I think I want it this way. Then look at all that extra room right there. So this is just going to be my outer layer, I think, for my signature. Since these pages are they're very, I don't know, they're very thin. I think they will be good to write on or to glue stuff like a glue book. So if I were using it for a glue book, I would take and glue in different stuff. And right now, I'm not worried about decorating this page. And I can't figure out what I did. There it is. I see it. Okay. So that's just to kind of protect my papers. Like that. Let's see. So basically, what I'm going to do is... I can get this on there. This is going to be sewed in here. So do I want it right here? So when this part opens, like this, I'll be able to access the journal quicker. Or do I want to put it right in here so it's more hidden in there? And just keep going. I think I like it right there. Because we do have a little journal already. So this paper is real thin. I'm looking to see. Probably could use this. Just to give it something sturdier on the inside. So you could use book page. It just... My other paper feels kind of floppy, so I'm wanting to give it some kind of structure here. And this is just where I printed some stuff earlier. Like I said, this is going to be a glue book. I'm going to be gluing stuff in. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think I'm going to look for a couple more pages running around here because I know I got plenty. There you go. So I know I'm learning Spanish. Let's see. This might be able to play it like this. Let's see. Almost perfect. And I'll show you what I'm going to do, how I'm going to glue in here too, so you can use stuff like this. This journal just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Okay. So that's just one page. Look at you, ripped kind of crazy. I just can't handle that kind of crooked. I don't know why. So it wants to this. Actually, I'm going to put the bigger one over here. So that's on the outside, and then we'll put some of these smaller ones on the inside just to give it a little sturdiness. That one's pretty big. Yeah, that helps a lot. So our junk, if I'm going to turn this where that's in the front, just that way I can cover that first. So we cut these pages down, and I'm not concerned. This could be upside down because I'm going to come in with my little ephemera and stuff, and I'm just going to glue it down. Glue whatever I want on there. This is just the base. So see? And I am kind of looking to see if I want it straight, kind of more straight. You see they're different sizes, but it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to take this, and this is another reason I wanted to get the little bit stronger paper, because this was not holding very well with that other. Okay. So I'm going to put this right here. So I have book cloth, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it on this side. And the reason I'm putting it right here is so that it gives some structure to my, what you call it there, my spine for this journal. I'm just going to use some, probably don't need that kind of glue, but since I have it and it's already on there. And the reason I thought I don't need that is because this is going to be folding, and it's going to make it harder to fold. But I love using bookbinding stuff on junk journals. Because actually I started with handmade paper. That's where I first really got into journal stuff. Then I learned how to make books from bookbinders. And then later on I learned junk journaling. And it just kind of moved in over there. So see where I'm wanting that to, and I'm probably going to put a piece on this side too. We have to put some fabric tack right here. So what I'm going to do is try to hold this to where it's in the center like this. So I know where my things are. I'm going to put a hole in the middle somewhere. I would like my smaller one, but I don't know where it's at. Another one down here. See how it's coming through? We're going to put some tape over that though. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the other tape on that part. So I'm going to come in here and take my needle and just poke it through. I usually go in the top. You can go in top or bottom. See, I haven't really let go. And then I'm going to go down here to the bottom. Okay, you see now why I'm saying that I need some glue or some tape or something. See how the paper's coming apart? That book cloth will help that. And then the Tim Holtz glue is similar to the same thing. But I wanted to cover it up on the other side, so I didn't go ahead and put it down first. So this is going to go in my Chosen Pieces book too. Or my recipe book. I don't know why I'm saying Chosen Pieces. It is a Chosen Pieces structure, but... Okay. Here we go. So what I did is I split the thread. Can you see right there where it's going through that thread? And it's not wanting to let it go, so I want to go back and pull it out. And then it will stretch, it will pull tight. I'm just going to tie a knot. If you want to leave these long, you can. I'm not going to. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is just turn it over this way. And I'm going to take that Tim Holtz tape that's a little bit stronger than what I got because of the tape that's on it, not because of anything else. And I'm just going to fold this over. Now, I do this a lot in my envelope journals, which I will be making one probably September, I think. I'm trying to finish this field notes and then go on to another one. And that one's going to be a sewing theme in an envelope journal, so I am excited about that. See how that just covered that up beautifully? So I could have done that on this side, but I was thinking, well, if I do, maybe too much. Let's see. Oh, I hear thunder. So I want to put some pockets on in here. I'm just going to stick some fabric tack down in there to hold that down. I think this side is fine. That side was just that paper. All right. You see how I'm already covering this up? Well, it don't have to be regular paper. It can be something like this. So we got our back pocket. We got that pocket. This folds in very nicely. Yep. I do need to get that kind of, it doesn't have to be bent, but at least curved around that signature in there. Okay, then we wanted those pockets, didn't we? Where to put them? Probably done knocked them off. There they are. So I could put 3 right here, which I think might be good. See, that's still coming up. Before I get too far, I'm going to just sew that down if I can get my sewing machine in there. See, I didn't necessarily have to sew that. That glue would catch sooner or later, but because I am working and then I've already sewed everywhere, I figured why not. Now I am going to need some fabric tack, I think, right in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this. And what I've decided, what I was looking at doing was this one, yeah. So this is bigger flowers, and then I thought the butterflies look good right there. And then up here we got the pink going on. So that's how I decided on those, what I wanted to put. These fit just perfect right in here. And because they've got these flaps on it, you can put stuff down in there. I love those kind of pockets better than the other kind. So I wasn't expecting to start on the inside like this. I did want something in here, but I thought I would do the rest of it first and then come back. But for me, I try not to plan too much, because if I plan, that just throws me off and I'm not creative. I know there's some people that's the way they have to do it. They have to follow their system of this verse, and this verse, and they plan out the video before they do it, which is great. I wish I could do that. You just don't know. Sometimes I go crazy trying to figure this out. But I've learned for me, if I just let it go as I'm going, that makes a bigger difference. So it's going to go over just a little bit. Wait, this one will close. Okay. So like I was saying, this pocket I think would be good right here. What do you think? I like the Barely Arts on this particular paper when it's gluing paper to paper. Fabric tack works good too. I don't know. Seems like this catches quicker than the fabric tack, and it holds good for me. Okay. I'll go all over. Now see here, I've got this, so I don't want something that's going to be too much in the way. I could take this and glue it right there and have a tuck. Or I could do a belly band. What do you think? I like the tuck better. So I do like this right there. It fits perfectly up against there. I'm trying to think. Do I want it? See, the length is just perfect. I almost feel like I need a little gusset under it. Just give it just a little more playing room. It's not long enough. Let's see. If you've been around, you know I like my gussets and stuff. I have fun with those. I don't know, it's just the way that they... I don't really know if this is going to be a big enough pocket to put a gusset on. I'm not even going to worry about that little white because it's not going to be showing. What I could do is put this right here. I don't know. I tried the folding thing one time, but let's see. Well, there we go. So one day I want to figure this out pretty good. Let's see. Yep. I'll put some glue in that little corner. So this is going to give it some more room, but I don't know if it really needs it. I just don't want it to be so flat right in there. And the gussets are just something that I love playing with, so that just gives me more excuse to practice my forming my gussets right. I still don't know what I'm doing. So here I'm just going to chop that off. You know, this might be a more than a one video because I didn't realize I was going to take it so long. Yep, so we may do this in a couple of parts, at least two. One for Monday and one for Friday. Okay, now let's see how it's... Again, there's some stitching there that glue doesn't really catch good. And I forget to put this on there. Okay. Let that sit up under that for a minute. So then I have front pockets. Do something like this. I even could put two together. Don't like that way. There's the other one, so we could do like that. It's kind of interesting. And then maybe over here do the same thing, or let me see, what do we got on the back? Okay, so here I'm not going to want anything. Basically, it's this side. I do have some belly bands I think would look cute, but are they too big? Yeah, I could use those belly bands in here. So let me think. I like that. For some reason, it's saying, yeah, put me in here. Okay, let's try it. I'm not putting it all the way to the edge right there, but pretty close. I think I'm going to layer these two. Never done that before. Just kind of pop it in there. And I'm starting down at the bottom because it just, I'm thinking when I put that one in, maybe I should have done it the other way, but then this just gives me some place where I want that to slide in. And then it is kind of holding down the other seam thing. What about there? Wait a minute. See, what I could do is bring this over here if I wanted to. So today we made a cute little journal with a little notebook, and we added, it was started as 2 folios, and we put 2 folios together. We have pockets that we put in today, all these pockets. Here is a junk little notebook that we're going to finish in the next video. I was going to do it today, but I think I'm going to stop here because there's already quite a bit of footage, and then we'll come back and we'll work on this. We used this junk paper in this, and we're going to cover it with stuff. And you got the pocket back here that we put in there. We were going to put this in here, but you know what? I think it might fit up here even better. So this folds around that. We could put some Velcro or a closure right there so that it stays there now. And then it just folds. We have a pocket here that we stuck on this side. And we have another little accordion style pocket right there that I'm not sure what we're going to do with. But you know what? This would fit there good too, or a bigger, fatter one or something. But I did do that one as an accordion. So it expands. I just like playing with those. And it may be too much. So then this just flips over. And we're going to put some kind of closure on this. I'm thinking we may do some of the stretchy string. Put a grommet right in here. And I'll have to put something there to reinforce the grommet. And then just put this around that. Because I've been working with that lately. But it's looking really good. So I hope that you'll come back and finish this with me. And I've had a lot of fun so far. I'm going to have more fun. Thank you. And have a great day.